Hello and welcome to another exciting video. In this one, we'll see how we can manage the useEffect dependency array. Something that's really important to know about React's useEffect hook is that it eagerly attempts to synchronize the state of the world with the state of your application. That means that your effect callback will run every time your component is rendered. This normally won't lead to bugs. In fact, it does a great job at preventing bugs that plagued React apps before useEffect was available. But it can definitely be suboptimal, and in some cases can result in an infinite loop. Now in this one, we'll observe that our effect callback is getting called more than it needs to be, and we'll learn how to add a dependency array so it is updated only when the state it relies on changes. And in real applications, you'll want to make sure you have and follow the rules from the ESLint plugin that we'll be exploring. Many tools like Create React App have this installed and configured by default. But as we are using the HTML approach of looking at React applications in browser, we'll be exploring the ESLint plugin as well. So as you can see over here, we have added a little bit here to simulate another optimization that we want to make. Here, now we have a count state, and that's just being rendered into this button. Every time we click on the button, it re-renders our app component, which triggers a re-render of our greeting component, as you can see over here in the console log. So every time I'm clicking on the button, the greeting useEffect console log is coming up, which means that this React useEffect is being called every time the button count changes. But as you can see, it should not be called every time on button click, because here we are updating the name that we are entering in the text box. So over here, React useEffect makes use of a second argument as an optimization to combat this problem. The second argument is a dependency array, where you pass all the dependencies for your side effect. This is where you pass anything that you want to make sure you synchronize the state of the world with the state of our application. In our case, as you can see, the only thing that we are trying to synchronize here is the state of local storage, which is the state of the world, with the state of our application, which is the name. For our dependency array, we are going to provide the name. If we save this now and go ahead, reload our application. Now, if I click on the counter button, you don't see the greeting useEffect being called over and over again. But if I go here and change this to James, you'll notice that the greeting useEffect is being called every time I typed in the letters over there. So now it is being only called when the actual name is being updated. If I go ahead and just remove this from here and make it as an empty array, you'll notice that if I change here something, you don't see the greeting useEffect being called now. So if I reload this page, I'll be back to the previous iteration that I had, and whatever work I have done now is lost. So here, do ensure that you are providing the correct dependency, and you can figure it out based on what exactly you are trying to do in your useEffect. Now, in an effort to help you avoid making mistakes here, the React team has created an ESLint plugin called ESLint plugin React hooks, and you can install this. By default, it is already installed when you create your React applications using the CRA command, that's create React app. So using the ESLint plugin React hooks, you can use to not only ensure that the dependency array is kept up to date, but keep it up to date automatically for you using ESLint's fix feature. And this is the rule that will come handy, and I advise that you use this tool and follow that rule. So to review, the problem that we were solving here is our effect callback was being called more than it needed to be.